"Why are you running?" with the little girl's voice coming from the open door. No one there.
Two people that I know have seen her, one on the second floor, one on the third floor, wearing the same plaid uniform and brown hair. Threatening, saying, "Stay out of my space. This is my space. You don't belong here." It was something more, something that wasn't human.
Underneath the stairs where we just walked into, you said this is a good place to start our walkthrough for the night. So can you elaborate on that for us, Kathy?
Well, this is a spot that a lot of people kind of feel that it has some kind of energy. And early on we had a psychic group come through, and they actually picked up sounds and voices telling us that this was something we should do because we saved this old building from being torn down. And we were just at the very beginning, and we were kind of losing a little bit of energy and hope because there was so much work, but there were actually voices here, and they recorded them and played them back to us that said, "Kathy, keep going, doing what you're doing," and other people too heard it. So,
How long have you been doing what you're doing here with the building?
well, since before we got the building in 2001, and I've actually been working on it before we got the building. We fought to have it remain because they were going to actually tear down this beautiful building. So 15 years.
Yeah, and this is a huge part of the Niagara Falls community. I mean, obviously, anybody that was in high school before the year 2000 went to high school here, so.
Well, at least 5 generations went to this building, so there's all kinds of stories. And it is a legacy building. We're on the National Register. It's a beautiful, beautiful building. We have over 70 tenants, and a variety of them have had experiences. I'm sure more and more stories we'll hear about them now that they know you're doing this kind of research.
Okay, well, let's go meet some of these people and hear some of the experiences.
This part of the building was actually the first part of the building that we rented. There were only 4 artists in 2001 who were brave enough to come into this building. It was really had been left in disrepair. Bill Wilson was one of the first. He's a very well-known artist and sculptor. He worked on the herd of buffalo. He even did, in early years, he did a bust of O.J. Simpson. So he's been around a while. He's a very serious man. And Bill Wilson shared experiences of hearing a little girl out in the hallway numerous times, especially a couple of times when she was laughing, and he would come out in the hallway and there was nobody here. And you can see that it's a long hallway, and he is, as I said, a serious man who is a serious artist, so we have to give some credibility to that.
At the end of the hall, we have, on one end, we have my theater,
Okay.
the Patchwork Theater. Now, down these stairs to the other end of the hall is the ladies' bathroom.
Okay.
Now, we have rehearsals here late in the evening, you know, sometimes getting out 11:30. And we've had a couple occurrences happen in the bathroom involving a little girl's voice.
Very similar to the first floor incidences.
Apparently, I'm just hearing about those today. So
Okay.
I didn't even know about those. So one of the experiences was the men's bathroom is actually on the other side of the building. So my partner, my tech guy actually, who is very not a ghost guy, was at the men's room, was running back to get back to the theater, and he hears, "Why are you running?" with a little girl's voice coming from the open door.
Why are you running?
No one there. No one in the bathroom. Another thing that happened was there was one of our actresses who was actually in there using the bathroom by herself, and she hears, "Are you afraid of the dark?" Now,
This is a female voice as well?
same female voice, well, I'm assuming, little girl voice, both described as a little girl voice. Neither of them know each other. This happened years apart from each other. I mean, I've heard little girl giggles, I've heard whistles, and I've heard like words, not entire sentences like they have, but I've heard like, no. Like in the middle of a conversation, just
Okay.
no, answering something. Another thing that happened was actually at the stairwell. You can see going down, if there's someone on the staircase ahead of you and you're coming down the hall, you know, you see the top of their head
Yeah.
going down the stairs. Saw girls going down the stairs. No one was there. You know?
That happened to you?
Yeah, that happened to me. That's actually one of the only things I've seen was coming from there to there.
So you've actually seen this female entity from what you believe?
Like the top of the back of her head.
What color was her hair?
Brown, just
Brownish?
brown, plain,
Okay.
straight. Another thing that happened actually at our theater, which happens all the time still, is that our soundboards, our effects pedals, all that other stuff, and I've actually taken pictures of this just to be able to set them back because they'll turn by themselves overnight.
Wow.
So like we'll have settings for a show, thinking we can just set and forget it, then come back the next day, everything has been turned. Like someone just went in there and started playing.
Basically, on the third floor, there was a meeting, and the little girl's mother had gone to that meeting. She had a student that was going to school here, and the little girl was playing around, and apparently the maintenance man took her and killed her. That's basically the story.
Okay, wow.
A friend of mine has seen her. Two people that I know have seen her, one on the second floor, one on the third floor, wearing the same plaid uniform and brown hair.
Was that supposedly what she was wearing at the time she was taken?
That's what the legend is,
Yeah.
but
Oh, okay. That would explain why she'd be here. You were picking up on the little girl?
Yeah, she has nothing to do with this building. Not from here.
no,
Not at all. And it feels to me that she's lived in the surrounding area. She's gotten traction to here, but I think she drowned.
Oh, she has nothing to do with the building, just in the area and likes to hang out. Got it, got it.
Does she wear the plaid uniform? I mean, can you feel that?
No, I don't see her in plaid uniform. But you have several things here. You have that, and then you have like a lot of like residual energy.
While I was getting ready to set up for an art show, I was loading and unloading out those doors, and I was having a conversation, at least I thought I was having a conversation with one of my friends. It turned out though that person was not even down here. And then later on she told me about the incident that supposedly had happened in the gym with a little girl that fell off a bleacher or something like that and snapped her neck. I don't know if that was some kind of like urban legend or some sort. I had come back to have the art show, and I was in the bathroom with my daughter, and she said, "Mommy, someone's here." I said, "No one's here." And all of a sudden there was like this big rumble. There was this horrible sound. I can't even explain the sound. Out of all the sounds that I've ever heard in my lifetime, I've never heard one like these. I looked up to the ceiling, and she looked up to the ceiling, and she says, "Mom, I'm cold. I want to go." She thought that someone was here. She said somebody was here, or something, I would imagine. I questioned it. You know, maybe it was something that was created by man, but after hearing that sound and feeling that coldness, I realized it was something more, something that wasn't human.
Behind me looks a lot like the movie that was filmed, Return to N.A.C.C. High, Volume 1 and 2. It was filmed here. This is a very beautiful theater, especially for a high school.
It is. And actually, the architect who built this high school built it to be a mansion for the kids who went to school here. His name is William Ittner. There's a curved drive, marble foyer. This is based on drawing rooms of the 1920s. It has an adamant ceiling. gorgeous Adams classic ceiling. On the third floor is a library that was typical of mansions of the 1920s. Now the theater, when we had the other psychic groups come through, they felt this had a great deal of energy because so many young people experienced a lot of things. There's a place right around the corner that says Strange Crew because there was a whole group of young people that got a lot of theater experiences in this room. And they also felt there was a man who was like an usher, who was here quite a bit, that would be kind of overseeing any events that happened. There was a lot of energy in this particular room.
Okay. Well, we'll make sure we definitely investigate this
Yeah.
theater.
Okay.
Okay. After you.
People had had experiences. One of our teachers came in and she saw a styrofoam paper cup being kicked across the gym floor with nobody in here. And there's no windows, so there was no way wind or air could have made that styrofoam cup kicked across the floor. The earlier psychic group came in, and there were a number of psychics with them too in the paranormal group. And they saw a man standing right up there in the alcove of the coach's loft. The coach's lofts were up high so they could watch everybody in the gym. They saw him outlined and said he was a very burly man and somewhat threatening, saying, "Stay out of my space. This is my space. You don't belong here." They also heard a girl's voice crying, and this was the girls' bathroom, and one of the psychics seemed to think it came from the 1950s. Had films made here. Actually, True Calling was here last week. The original movie was called Lord's Island, and I think it was called something Dogs. Battle Dogs. And of course, we had Trauma here, and they did the final scene with God coming down from the sky. So this is kind of an interesting space.
Yeah.
All the way around. And Kimber Eastwood was sitting right over there last
Clint
week.
Eastwood's
Clint
daughter?
Eastwood's daughter was sitting right over there.
I want to thank you so much for
You're
giving us a
welcome.
tour of the Niagara Falls High School. And I'm going to go back and meet with Dan and Ashley and see if we can put together an investigation for you, okay? I can't see anything in this hallway. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and set up a K2, and set up some audio, see if we can listen to this little girl. The legend of this little girl has changed, obviously, over the course of many years here. Whether it was a little girl who fell off of bleachers in the gym and had died, or the legend of the little girl who was taken from here. Obviously are very hard to, try to uncover any truths about these local legends, but the truth is that people are experiencing a girl, a female, that's still here. Oh my God, I just saw something move. Hello? I got chills on my arm. I just saw something move. Little girl, are you here? I can't believe that. I just saw that. It was a shadow in between this sculpture here and the wall, and it kind of just walked through the wall. Oh my goodness, look at my arm. Thank you for showing yourself. Please don't be afraid. You can come back out and talk to me. People that have seen you said that you are a little too young, maybe, to be in high school. Are you a former student? There's another bag. Sounds like a female talking. Very faintly, but I can hear it. Is there anybody down here? Can you come and tell me what really happened to you? There's a lot of people that want to know the story. Wow, I can't believe that was just happening. I can't believe I saw what I saw and I'm hearing what I'm hearing in this same hallway. There's definitely something to this little girl. Definitely something to it.
This is such a weird feeling, like, you know, it's like too quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I hear it.
Did you hear that?
I sure did.
Don't be afraid, we're not going to hurt you, we just want to talk to you. There's something moving in here.
What is that?
Are you a janitor here? Can you tell us your name?
I feel like we're being circled.
I do too. Ooh, air's getting heavy in here.
I know, it's like crazy.
Do you feel anybody here?
You know what, it's weird. I feel like, you know how a shark circles?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel like. All eyes on us, and he's walking around, we're being circled right now.
Why are you circling us? Do you want us to leave?
I swear there's somebody over there.
That's where I've seen somebody before. Earlier.
I swear I see something moving over there. Is that you over there? Kevin, stand up. I want you to look over there. Like right over there.
I'm gonna walk that way.
Okay. You want me to pick up the recorder?
Yeah. Are you hiding over here in the desk? Are you angry because they're using this as a movie studio now and not a school?
mean, think about it. If he's a janitor, he'd run the place, right? He's
Oh, yeah.
all over the place. And that's how he is. That's the same energy. Ping pongs all over.
Do you help take care of the school? Keep it clean?
Because you can tell it was
Is somebody over there?
yeah.
All right. Is somebody over there? I just seen a shadow walk. Somebody in here? There was a shadow that walked across. It didn't look like that. It was like this small. It walked that way.
We have a couple of devices here on the floor. If you speak, we should be able to hear you through this one over here. And we have a teddy bear. Look at that. Can you see that just jump? And this other device, if you touch that, it's going to make the lights go up.
When's the last time you took a mop to this place? You hear that?
Yeah.
You hear the spike on our bear?
I thought we just did actually. I thought we did.
It said yes.
Did you touch the bear? Can you come closer to our device over here?
Yeah, my eyes are like pretty good. I mean,
I know.
through this like basic chairs over here, and especially by that door over the corner.
Is he gone now, Ashley? Because this is...
No, he's still there. Yes, it is. Yes. I'm sure.
So there's no approaches here? There's no blinkies or
I'm
anything
sure
like
it's a
that?
tenant. I'm sure.
Okay. Does it say leave?
Yes, it said leave.
So Ashley, do you feel like it's a little child coming in here taking, moving dials on their pedalboards?
No, I don't. I do believe there is a child here, a little girl here that's in the building, but as far as doing that, I don't think it's a child. I think it's actually a young man, probably around the ages 22, 23. And I gotta be honest, it's a connection to you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Well, like I said, everyone's taller than me, but he's taller, skinnier, like skinnier face, like lanky kind of a little bit, also wears glasses, but it's a total connection to you. It doesn't feel like family, but it does feel like an inner circle or friend of family or friend of yours. Maybe that has possibly passed, gosh, maybe in the last 5 or 6 years, but it's 100% connection to you. Not the building, not the stuff in the building, it's you.
Can you believe who this is who's messing with the stuff?
Yeah.
So he's
Definitely.
basically, whoever this is trying to let him know that he's here.
Yeah, trying to get your attention somehow.
Wow.
Can you think of anybody that may?
I've had a few friends pass away in the past 7 years to
This feels like
just up to
accident,
this
like car
past.
accident, actually. It feels like car accident.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you picking up any messages that he wants to pass on, or he just wants
It
them
just
to know
wants
he's
him to
here?
know he's here. And I kind of feel like the way he's messing with that was the way he kind of was in life, like messing around sort of thing. But it's just to get your attention.
That's really interesting. No, it was someone, it would have been someone I went to high school with who was a year older than me. And, yeah, that's
Picking up
interesting.
his name at all, like,
No, nothing's going on mine. Just I can see him. That's why I describe him the way I can. And he's telling me like car accident and then crossed over.
But you're definitely seeing car crash, not like something not their own doing.
It's car crash.
Okay. Okay.
Do you want to try to set up some equipment? Do you think you might want to communicate with us?
I mean, we can try.
Don't let us know this gentleman's name until we get to the spirit box session. We want it to come throughout on its own accord, okay?
I'm trying not to.
Yeah, we really need to, yeah. I'm sure it'll come through.
let's talk about all the jokes you've been playing with the pedals here.
I heard you were in a car accident? Nancy, you want to try to communicate a little bit? Okay, Dave, let's see.
Yeah.
That's right? Matt?
The thing with Matt was like, he was a year ahead of me, and we were freaks. Like that, we went to Catholic school. He had these huge Liberty spikes, you know, and I was like painting my nails and dyeing my hair and stuff. So there was like this.
Rebels, kind of like.
Yeah, like
Punk rockers.
yeah, and yeah, he passed away in a car accident, and like I said, that was unexpected of everybody who could come through.